Please come up.
Yep, sounds good.
Let's wreck the place, cowboy. Are we ready? Call the September 9, 2019 City Council Committee of the whole meeting to order. The clerk will call the roll.
Borowitz, Brereton,
Here.
Crawford,
Here.
Frank,
Here.
Freeman,
Here.
McGee,
Here.
Porter,
Here.
Alderman Ratcliffe will be absent, Snow,
Here.
Stevens,
Here.
8 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Under public comment, we have no one registered to speak this evening, and under public forum, we have nothing on the agenda, which brings us to reports of officers, boards, and special committees, and I would call on Chief Heiser in our recognition of Lieutenant Wilcox for his service. Please come up, gentlemen.
As you can see, tonight is a special night. In our package, you'll find that this young man next to me here, actually, this 30-year veteran of our fire department, he'll be retired. Tomorrow is his last shift day. And we would definitely encourage anyone who was able to make it come down on Wednesday for his open house that we'll have at Station 1. We'll have some cake and some coffee. One of the things I want to mention about Lieutenant Wilcox is his absolute passion for the fire service, in particular in the fire prevention part of our job. No one has shown more willingness to get out there and help our community than Lieutenant Wilcox. He is, at this time, he's our EMS, or not, I'm sorry, he's our inspection coordinator. He'll be turning that over to Travis Tangy. But I have to say that, without a doubt, Lieutenant Wilcox has done just a tremendous job in keeping the community safe. I'm going to have him come up here, and he's got a nice little thing he wants to say to everybody. Okay. After you, sir.
Chief was always, he's always concerned about everybody, and he was wanting my wife up here too, and I said, no, she'll be fine. 30 years, it goes by quick. These guys, they didn't make it any easier up here, I'll tell you. So anyways, I decided after 9/11, I was hired on the 5th of September, so it was close enough to retire on that day. And so I decided to do that quite a long time ago, and always figured on putting 30 in, and so I made it. So here I am. But I gave the chief my letter of intent, and that I'd like to read it. He would like me to read it also. Dear Chief, the city and the fire department took a chance when hiring me, and I'll always be grateful for the amazing opportunity. The day has finally arrived. I have decided officially to retire from the Belvidere City Fire Department. My last shift day will be September 10th, ending, because we do a 24-hour shift, it will end on September 11th at 7 o'clock. It has been an honor and a privilege serving the community, an amazing ride throughout the 30 years. I am also grateful and appreciative to all the opportunities this department has allowed me to be involved in from its beginning, and now lead our local water rescue team and Mavis 8 Water Rescue Sonar Division. I am also honored that you have given me the opportunity to be deployed with Mavis 8 Water Rescue Team to help the flood victims of Harding, Illinois. And of course, our Fire Inspection Bureau. It's where my heart lays in keeping the families in our community safe as we can. I've been blessed to have your support, and I will always be thankful for the opportunities you have given me. I will be continuing my efforts to help our community, be working in our Community Development Center as a plans examiner and building inspector. I look forward to continue working closely with the City Fire Department's Inspection Bureau. I anxiously await spending time with and enjoying my wife and family and getting used to some sort of schedule after 30 years eluding me. If I can be of any way help, if I can in any way help our department, please do not hesitate to ask. Cordially, Lieutenant Wilcox. Thank you.
You betcha.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Thank you.
You would think after 30 years it'd be
No, I would like to say that I remember the day Craig walked into the fire department with a lot more hair and a lot darker hair.
Take your time. Well, that's all for tonight. I just have to say, the kind of dedication that you've shown to the city of Belvidere and the people of this community is extraordinary. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Under building, planning, and zoning, unfinished business, we have none this evening. Under building, planning, and zoning, new business, we have none this evening. Under public works, unfinished business, we have none this evening. Which brings us to public works, new business. I'll turn the floor over to Director Anderson.
Thank you, Your Honor. First up, memo in your packet, the right-of-way appraisals for Logan Avenue. Arc Design Resources has completed our right-of-way plats. Needed to purchase additional right-of-way from 6 property owners along the south side of Logan Avenue. This purchase will give us a uniform 66-foot of right-of-way along the entire length of our rehabilitation project, which is what we need to meet our ADA requirements for the sidewalk clearances along that stretch. Attached to the memo is a proposal from Davidson and Associates to provide 6 appraisal reports at a cost of $1,100 each for a total cost of $6,600. And the appraisals will be done in accordance with the IDOT requirements. I would therefore recommend approval of the proposal from Davidson and Associates in the amount of $6,600 to complete 6 appraisal reports for the Logan Avenue rehab project. This work will be paid for from the proceeds of our local motor fuel tax.
I have a motion to approve. Motion by
second
Alderman
it.
Snow, second by Alderman Crawford. Questions or comments? Alderman Snow?
So I'm going to guess that based on the small strips that are probably going to be required, we're probably going to pay more for the appraisal appraisal per lot than we actually wind up paying for the property.
That could be a possibility.
Yes, Alderman Freeman?
So back in October of last year, we already paid Arc Design to survey. So this would be the final step in having it appraised before we can actually purchase the part that we need, correct?
Correct.
There's no questions or comments concerning the motion now on the floor. Hearing none, all those in favor of approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
One opposed. Okay, I'll be forward to City Council for final disposition. Next up.
Next up, we have ComEd outdoor lighting incentives for our wastewater treatment plant. Again, memo in your packet. The ComEd is currently offering incentives for upgrading of outdoor lighting to LED, which the wastewater treatment plant currently has 26 outdoor lights that will be replaced with 19 LED lights. The total cost of the upgrade is $11,273. The incentive will be $3,303 for the net cost of $7,970. The most important aspect is the return on investment for this project, which is estimated to be 3 years. If approved for funding, the work will be done by Engel Electric. I would recommend approval of the proposal from Engel Electric for the outdoor LED lighting upgrade at the WWTP, subject to receiving the ComEd incentive for outdoor lighting for a net cost to the city of $7,970.
Motion to approve. Alderman
I'll make that
Crawford.
motion.
Second. Alderman Frank. Questions, comments, or further discussion concerning the motion now on the floor? Alderman Porter.
So you think that we're going to save $7,970 in 3 years? Is that what you're saying, just by the electric?
Just by the electrical usage and the fact that we've got 26 lights now, we're going to be reducing them down to 19 total. So we're going to reduce our net lights, and we're also going to go right now. Those outdoor lights are on 24/7 down at the treatment plant. If you've ever driven by there during the nighttime, it's lit up like a candle. We really don't need to do that, so we're going to reduce the amount of lights that we have on overnight, put them on motion detectors with a override switch for when we have to do work down there in the nighttime hours, so that in addition will provide savings to us as well.
Additional questions or comments? Alderman Snow.
Just taking a quick glance at the list, it only looks like it's got 17 in the right-hand column.
Well, there's some multiplications. You have to take their numbers, and there's 2 or 3 and where there's 2 and stuff. So if you add them up all together, it's 26.
Any additional questions or comments concerning the motion on the floor? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed unanimously.
Item C on our list is the rebuild of our return sludge pump number 3 at the wastewater treatment plant. Again, memo in your packet. We have attached to that memo is a proposal from Illinois Pump for the rebuilding of a 10-inch Wemco submersible pump. This is one of 3 return sludge pumps that we have. The first one, RAS pump number 1, was done in 2007, and RAS pump number 2 was done in 2015. The cost of the rebuild is $15,386, and we'll have a 1-year parts warranty and a 90-day labor warranty. A new pump is probably about close to double that $15,000 price. It's in the $30,000 range. I would recommend approval of the proposal from Illinois Pump in the amount of $15,386 for the rebuilding of RAS pump number 3 at the wastewater treatment plant, and this work will be paid for from line item 615-820-6010.
Motion to approve. Motion by Alderman Porter. Second, please. Second by Alderman Burton. Questions, comments, or further discussion concerning the motion now on the floor? Alderman Freeman.
So that's what I was going to ask you, Brent. I kind of, I tried to look up these pumps, and I couldn't get any pricing on them. What concerns me is page 3 under the special notes, because it seems like this has a potential to cost a lot more than the $15,000.
No, this will be the $15,000 range.
Any additional questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed unanimously.
Next up, item D, Street Department garage lift replacement. Both of our vehicle lifts at the Street Department garage have been red tagged during our recent OSHA facility inspection, and we cannot be used until we make the necessary repairs. We received the cost of those repairs estimate of $6,633.27. Due to the age of both lifts and their limited lifting capacity of 8,000 pounds, we also looked into the purchase of replacement lifts. We received 4 proposals for a new 12,000-pound lift. I would recommend approval of the proposal from Northern Tool Company in the amount of $5,635 for the purchase of a Bend Pack Super Duty 2-post 12,000-pound lift for the Street Department garage.
Motion out of committee. Thank you. Second? Thank you. Questions, comments, or further discussion concerning the motion now on the floor? Alderman Stevens?
I'd like to bring up that I talked to O'Reilly's about this, and for the exact same unit, O'Reilly's will sell it to us for $5,210. It's only a $425 savings, but the money stays in Belvidere and doesn't go to Madison.
That's true.
It's for the exact same thing. All people have to call Ben Pack, order it from them. Ben Pack ships it for free to wherever you want.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then another thing I wanted to add is that I'd anticipated that I'm going to make nothing off this because I don't sell the parts, so there's no commission or anything for me.
Yeah,
I just deliver.
I'll confirm it with O'Reilly's. I thought we checked with O'Reilly's, but they're not on my list, so
Yeah.
we will definitely check that out.
Yep, because I had the manager talk to the district manager, and that's the price that they would, well, actually talk to the main office. Now, someone has just said something about we need 2 of them possibly, so I don't know if there'd be a better price for that or not.
We are recommending at this time that we're going to remove, the cost that we're talking about is for the material only. The plan is to have the street department personnel remove the 2 existing lifts and install the 1 new lift, and we're only recommending at this point to do 1 lift. We think we can better utilize the garage itself with the 1 lift as opposed to 2. If at some point in the future we need to have the 2nd lift, then we can certainly edit at that time. But as of right now, it's our feeling that we can utilize 1 lift efficiently.
Yeah, because I talked to Derek down there, of course, you know, being a guy, I always figured bigger's better, so I asked him about a bigger lift, and he explained to me that it was too big, too wide, too tall to fit, so then I understood, yes. The only thing I talked to him about is I couldn't find a price at O'Reilly's. They actually have one that has a longer arms. These are 68 inches, and the ones that are 75. That would, be able to handle a longer vehicle or go farther in the center if something was small. But I couldn't find a price on that.
So we'll need a motion to amend to the price of $52.10.
Mr. Mayor, do we have this proposal in writing yet?
Yes, he does.
I didn't get a copy, so I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so a motion to amend?
I'd make the motion to amend to buy it from
I have a
O'Reilly's.
motion and a second. Second, Alderman Frank. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Need a motion to approve the amended motion? No, I don't? Okay, we'll just vote on it. All in favor say aye, as amended. Everybody?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
You sure now? Okay. We will look into this, and hopefully this is the way it'll go. Thank you, and thank you for your work, Alderman.
Item E, Bellwood High School Stormwater Detention Project. Good news on that project. Our waiver request from IDOT we finally got approval on that. A copy of the approval letter was attached to the memo. And also attached to the memo is the proposal from CES for construction engineering services for the 2 ponds. Now that we have the waiver approval, we can proceed with the bidding and construction phases of the project. The estimated construction cost is $600,000. The estimated not to exceed construction engineering services is $39,192 for both ponds, and that cost is based on 25 days of actual construction and will be billed on a time and material basis. Because of the date and this time of year that we are at now, I'm anticipating that this project will not be done actually till spring when the weather permits. I would recommend approval of the construction engineering services agreement from CES Incorporated, an amount not to exceed $39,192 for the Bellwood High School Stormwater Detention Project. This work will be paid for from capital funds.
Motion to approve, Alderman Porter, second by Alderman Burton. Questions or comments concerning the motion now on the floor? Alderman Stevens?
Which part does this, is this also the part digging the retention pond by the churches, or is this just over by the high school?
This will be the construction of the new pond on Bellwood behind the Baptist church property. So it's basically a portion of that pond. And then the widening and expansion of the existing high school Dawn Gate detention pond. So between the two, I think we'll gain 2 or 3 acre feet of additional stormwater storage.
Alderman Snow?
And what's the scoop with the other portion of the pond, the other half on the Bellwood?
Still have not been able to make contact with property owners. They have not responded to repeated attempts to establish contact with them.
Alderman Freeman?
So back in November 2017, we purchased from the owner of 531 Bellwood Drive a storm sewer detention basin easement. So are these 2 ponds from the high school across East Avenue to Bellwood, are they connected in any way through a culvert or?
So what's going on, the 531 Bellwood that you referenced, that's the part of that we're going to proceed with to construct that portion of the pond. Right now, US Route 20 corridor right-of-way drains, there's a couple culvert pipes that drains through the Dawn Gate, or the Bellwood subdivision area property. So the Dawn Gate High School pond right now, that culvert comes across, empties out into the open ditch next to US Route 20, comes down to East Avenue, around the corner, goes into our storm sewer system in East Avenue, and then runs down to the bottom of the hill in Bellwood, and it overloads the storm sewer system, and then it starts backing up out of the pipes and flooding that area. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take the berm, if you picture US Route 20 comes off, there's an open ditch that goes back up to the berm for the Dawn Gate pond and back down to the pond. So we are going to basically eliminate that berm so that the outlet, that pipe outlet for US Route 20 water will actually flow directly into the high school detention pond. And we'll be able to, by removing that berm, we'll be able to create additional detention space for that water. And then it'll be controlled released into the storm sewer system. Likewise, further down at 531 Bellwood, there's another culvert that comes off the state right-of-way, again, draining US Route 20 properties. And it goes basically into the storm sewer system there, overloads that system, and contributes to the water flooding problem. So now we're going to create the portion of the pond on 531 there to collect some of that water that comes out of that culvert and store it there and control its release into the pond. So between the two, it will definitely help that neighborhood. And those improvements were included in the Baxter Woodman stormwater study. So the study they did anticipated these improvements already being done.
Additional questions or comments? Good question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is passed unanimously. Yes, Alderman Crawford.
I just wanted to say, I should have said something to you before the meeting started, but Ex-Alderman Ron Brooks, brother Arthur Brooks, died last night.
Oh, thanks for telling us. Our condolences to him and his family. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Alderman Crawford, second by Alderman Porter. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We are now adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.